Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Saturday morning's live stream about IELTS 4 skills. So, in this lesson, we describe the four important features of IELTS exam, namely speaking, reading, writing, and listening. If you are considering to sit for the IELTS exam soon or in the future, I believe that this class would be helpful for you to learn, develop, and understand the concepts. Okay, hello, Jana is here. Let me welcome her. So, thanks, dear viewers, for joining this lesson. Though you are watching silently, I believe that it may be helpful for you to understand and move on. So, waiting for Jana. When she joins, then we'll start describing or start speaking over this topic. Remember that, guys, in an IELTS exam, there are four modules or four skills, as I've described. And two skills, listening and reading, can be developed by yourself. But for the writing and speaking, it is important to get some guidance for a qualified and competent teacher. Because most of the cases, it is much unlikely for you to find out your own mistakes or any other recommended things that will help you gain a better or high score. And being an IELTS candidate, it is really, I'm sure that you desire to get the highest or the maximum score or your desired score. And in order to get that, we have to follow some guidelines, some strategies or tips, or we call it rubrics sometimes. And that is very important, being a learner, that what exactly is needed to get the good score. And IELTS exam, guys, it is not only the English language, it is the rubrics and the techniques should be aware to get our required score. Okay, so which is why just this lesson is suitable for those people like Jana has joined from Korea. I'm just waiting for her. Welcome, Jana. I believe that she's there. Okay, let me bring her. Great. I've invited you, Jana. If you're free, please do join. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, Jana. I'm really happy to get you.
Me too.
And you have already registered for the exam in next month, right?
Yes.
How much it costs out of curiosity? It should be more than $200 in your country.
Yeah, like more than like $200. So it costs like $250.
Wow. I think the price has gone up a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. In the UK, and the price is like maybe £170, which is similar as $250. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now my question would be, because you've got today is 13th, yeah? Your exam is on the 5th of March, right? So you've got exactly 5 plus 17, 22 days.
Mm-hmm.
So how confident you are now? Tell me, please.
I don't know. I just registered because I already studied for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I should to have exam because of
Hmm.
like if I don't do the task, I think it gonna be very extended for studying, like laziness. I think I will be losing my like tension for studying.
Right. So how much score is needed for your admission or for your studies?
Um, like at least 6.5, but I hope to get a 7.
Okay. Oh, Stella has subscribed too. She was in another lesson.
Wow,
Stella is from Korea as well.
really?
Yeah. Stella, come on. Or maybe she has subscribed to another lesson.
Wow.
Okay.
So she is doing 2 lessons for a day.
No, she has not subscribed this lesson, maybe for another lesson. I can see
Ah,
that. Because if there is a red mark, hand mark,
uh-huh.
then it means it is for this lesson that you have got the symbol. Okay, she's also another IELTS candidate. She said for once she got 6. Her target is to get 6.5 at least,
Mm-hmm.
especially speaking section. So she,
Oh,
she was practicing all the speaking, rubrics. So thank you very much, Stella, if you're still listening to me. Okay, so my question would be to you, Jana. Today, after finishing this lesson, you prioritize which modules you need to focus. Okay, is it the speaking part, or writing part, or reading, or listening? So I'll try to cover as many as possible within these 22 days. Okay,
okay.
and that will be the best option for you. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that studying 1 hour with me is not enough. You have to do a little bit more studies at home with your
Mm-hmm.
own space, own comfortable zone. Okay,
Okay.
so just please tell me which part is the weakest part. You need to give more focus than other parts. Is it the speaking?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay,
And the writing.
and writing as well, right?
But I am already going some academy for that one, so I think speaking is the most, yeah.
Okay. Rule number one, as you know, when you are speaking, make sure you complete the sentence.
Okay.
Rule number one, never ever violate this rule, and make sure you also say the sentences are in such a way that your listeners can understand you, which
Mm-hmm.
makes I use these words always: complete, logical, sensible, and meaningful sentences. if,
Mm-hmm.
if you say something which is incomplete, which is not meaningful, or which is not logical either, and even not
Mm-hmm.
related to the question, then you're not going to get good marks. As you know that coherence is very important. That is, you're talking also about the topic. And also, in order to get more than 6, many learners do not know that you need to use compound sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Did I explain you previously what are compound sentence, how we can create it? Today we are giving a
Mm-hmm.
little bit briefing before you go jump onto the speaking task. Okay,
Okay.
and also it is important for you to use some high or rich vocabulary. Okay, we call it
Mm.
academic words.
Okay.
And also, if possible, use some expressions. That is very much important in speaking tasks. We are allowed to use idioms like over the moon, under the weather, flabbergasted, consanguineous. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there are some many words, not only one. These are just sample words. Whenever it is needed, you can always use it. Remember that, because this is
Okay.
your chance to prove to the examiner that you know English and you can express eloquently.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
Okay.
another feature would be speak always loudly, clearly. It doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
whatever your accent is, because there is no mark in accents. Yeah, you'll get marks in pronunciation. I'm sure I
Okay.
explained it to you. 25%
Mm-hmm.
marks if you have good pronunciation. Now, in order to have good pronunciation, a person must know the basic phonetics rules, how words are
Mm-hmm.
pronounced. Because if you stress in a wrong place, one word may have different meaning. Okay, especially minimal pairs, similar sounds. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
also there are hundreds of words that are used in both verb and noun depending on your tone, on your
Mm-hmm.
stress.
Yeah.
So those are important, and many words like one of the commonest this morning I described like this one. I'm sure I explained to ob and off.
Yeah.
So, and the third point would be confident always, Jana. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter if you know that even if you're making mistakes, don't worry, because it's just a
Okay.
test,
Mm-hmm.
which is why they're going to give you score. Okay, so always be confident and don't be nervous. If you become nervous, honestly, you're going to lose your confidence. You're going to forget everything, whatever you
Yeah.
know. So now, biggest challenging question is how to overcome nervousness and how to overcome those fear of speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So number one technique is that always think that you are the best speaker. Okay, when you're having a test, and think that there is no one beside you. Okay, this is psychological problem, as you know that. Because when I ask you to describe something, I feel that you become nervous suddenly.
Yeah.
And don't be in real exam. Don't be nervous. Okay. Uh,
I hope so.
okay. By the way, is it a computer based test or the conventional test? There are two types. One is computer based and is a normal paper based test.
I will take the computer
That's great. How good you are uh, in typing?
type.
Yeah.
I think I am pretty fast.
Okay. So the first tips would be for your writing section. Make
Yeah.
sure you follow the accurate grammar
Okay.
rules, and only
Mm-hmm.
one type of spelling techniques. Remember that there are British spelling techniques and American spelling techniques. Do not
Mm-hmm.
mix it up. hmm Please, yeah. Especially the spelling like Scala, yeah.
Yeah.
Color and
Mm-hmm.
color. Okay. Now, say you have written color color in one case in the same
Mm-hmm.
paragraph. If you're writing a different way of or, then it is going to impact on your score. Okay, remember it, please. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and always check your work before you submit. So especially in the written part, task one 20 minutes 150 words, task two 250 minutes, sorry, 250 words 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So try to type your written part as much as possible. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then you count it once again.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and for the writing, you know this: introduction, body, conclusion, always at least three paragraphs. Excuse me. And the body part, bring three or four ideas what you're going to describe, a separate paragraph. Okay, for the task one, I'm just giving some written hints. Is
Mm-hmm.
from, let's say, an academic task one is like from a graph or maybe from a photo or maybe from a chart. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
always use passive voice. We don't use direct voice, active voice.
Okay.
We don't write like this: I'm going to describe about this chart. Rather, this chart will describe, it will
Mm-hmm.
describe, or it will be described if you use a passive
Mm-hmm.
voice. Okay, let's do the speaking task today. Then I'm just giving briefly what you have to focus on, writing and speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any other question?
Nope.
All right. And as I said, I'm going to explain briefly compound sentence. So there are many kinds of sentences we use in our daily life. And
Mm-hmm.
first one is this we call positive or affirmative. Those sentences that doesn't have any not or no's in the word, like, hey, I like books. It is a positive or affirmative sentence. If I say I don't like books, now it is a negative sentence. Okay. And interrogative when it's like a question, and exclamatory when it is like happiness, sorrow, joy. Oh my god, it's too cold here in the UK. It is an exclamatory sentence. And there is imperative when you're ordering something, like, hey, go home, take the test, study more, like you're in commanding voice. We call it
Mm-hmm.
imperative.
Imperative.
Okay.
Okay.
And there are some sentences when you use pray, like, hey, may God bless you, may you live long. We call them optative sentence. And
Oh.
compound sentence is the concept of bringing two sentences or more with the word conjunctions. You know
Mm-hmm.
conjunction in parts of speech? Do you
Conjunctions?
remember?
Not really. I
Okay.
always, yeah.
So fanboys is the shortened form of the conjunction words like
Mm,
for, and,
for
neither, but, or, yet,
what?
so. So what happens? Conjunctions are those words that makes a junction from one concept to another, or between two sentences, or between two lines, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we call them clauses. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you may have heard this word clause. Yeah, this is another grammatical,
Clock.
concept. Clause means a part of a sentence or maybe a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, grammarians give them the name clause. Okay. Best example is, let me give you an example. So, what do you like, Jenna? Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Okay, I like tea. Now, if I'm to write compound sentence, I'll write
Mm-hmm.
like Jenna. I'm writing it likes coffee, but Rahat likes tea.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see we have used these two sentences with the word but. So
Mm-hmm.
but is a conjunction and it's called coordinating conjunction, which is coordinating first sentence to the second sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And in grammar pattern, this first part is also called clause and second part is also called clause. And one noticeable thing about the compound sentence is when you're breaking these two sentences, each of these sentences are complete sentences. Like if I say Jana likes coffee, that is complete. Yeah. If I say Rahat likes tea, that is also complete. Now
Mm-hmm.
we are adding with but. For example, you can say that, oh, I'm trying to take a lesson, but I got stuck in the traffic. You see, there's two concepts. One is in present tense, another in past tense, but you have just connected with the word but.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got stuck in traffic is complete sentence. I'm trying to learn your lesson is complete sentence. So this type of concept we always called compound sentence. And it's very important for you, Jana, in order to get good marks in writing part as well in speaking part.
Okay.
Okay. So I've just given you a simple example. Remember that the more you use compound sentences in IELTS exam, the much likely that you're going to get more scores, better scores than other speakers. If someone says that, hey, I like coffee, finished. But if you say, I like coffee, though tea is my other option. You see, you have used though, and you have
So.
brought another thought. Tea is my other option. Is that clear? This is the concept of compound sentence that you're making it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And there is another sentence, we call it complex. In complex sentence, the only difference is that's also connection of two concepts or two sentences, but one sentence is dependent to another sentence. Let me give you one example. Like, I wanted to take that class,
Mm-hmm.
but because of the traffic jam, I couldn't. You see?
So.
So you
Mm-hmm.
see that I wanted to take the class is depending on your traffic jam because you got stuck in the traffic jam, you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
attend the class. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a complex sentence. When once again one sentence is related to the another sentence, another concept.
Okay.
So can you give me one example of compound sentence, Jana, before uh, we start discussing?
Mm, uh, I I am hungry, so I will buy a snack.
Yes, very good. I'm hungry, so I will buy snack. But did you notice that your hungerness and buyings are related?
Not really.
Okay. I'm hungry, that's fine. So I'll buy
Uh-huh.
snack. This is a compound sentence, you're right. You have
Yeah.
connected two concepts, but I will buy
Mhm.
snack is complete, I'm hungry is complete. No one is related. But if you say I'm hungry, but I don't have any money to buy food, for example,
Oh,
now it is
uh-huh.
related of buying because you don't have enough money.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you have understood it well. Have nailed it down. Great, Jana.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
Okay. Now, in we discussed task one. If you remember those trial 2 weeks classes. Now,
Mm-hmm.
today we're going to describe task two, which is
Okay.
cue card. So, what is a cue card? In IELTS exam, cue card, as you know, that it is given a topic on a card, small card. Once upon a time, examiners kept the cards on the table and were asked, choose any card. Then you see the card, the topic. Sometimes there are questions, and sometimes there are no questions. So, underneath the topic, if there are no questions, now it is your responsibility to create questions like the WH question most of the time, like which,
Mm-hmm.
what, when, how, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see a topic on the screen. Describe a book that you read last year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Many a times our learners ask me, can you change the card? No, you can't. Once you're given a card, you can't change it. You can't ask the examiner, please change it. No. Okay. Uh, all right, Jenna. Great. And remember that when you get the card, the examiner will give you 1 minute, and you'll be given you know um, a paper and a pencil to write down
Mm-hmm.
some notes. So you can write some notes on the card, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just organize your ideas. So make sure you always. Are you okay, Jana?
Yeah, it's a full.
Your mobile phone is falling down, trying to jump. Don't let it jump. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as I was saying, then follow this technique always. Follow the questions what you have been given on a card, cue card, and also you can always bring your own thoughts. Remember that IELTS speaking task two is nothing but creating a story of your own. Okay, even if it didn't happen to your life, something, just make it up. Create it in such a logical way and such an interesting way. The examiner becomes thoughtful, says, "Wow, this is a good speaker." Yeah. Okay, are you ready for this topic?
Yes.
So remember, I'm going to check the timing, and I'm going to also give you some feedback as well, so that it is helpful for you.
Oh my gosh.
uh, so, did you read a book last year? I'm just
Actually,
asking. You
I
did?
did,
Uh-huh. Okay, and
but I can't remember what was it.
all right. So, as a Jenna, now the challenging question is, sometimes you'll find the topics are really easy because you have done similar kind of work in past. So just try to answer from there. That will be the easiest way. But even if you haven't done anything, you have to make it up within that 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, if you remember the name of the book, tell it, the writer's name, and also you
Mm-hmm.
can tell what kind of book it is. That is, it's a fiction. It's a love story.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like physics book or maybe descriptive book, or whatever? Yeah? And also,
Mm-hmm.
why did you like it? What's the reason? And be specific when you read it. Like, was it last year July before pandemic, or maybe you're spending time, etc. And did someone recommend the book to you? You can add if you want to. Okay, then you can give some specific quotation of the books or maybe characters, and why
Mm-hmm.
you like the quotation and why do you like the character, maybe, or any
Mm-hmm.
other related information.
Okay.
One related information, let me give an example. The topic was book, and also topic was gift. And the student was explaining, yeah, when I wake up every morning, I see a photograph beside my bed. It's
Mm-hmm.
with my mom and the gift she gave me in my last birthday. Look,
Mm-hmm.
she started like this, and the gift was a purse. Okay, female purse.
Okay.
You see, this is really a creative way to bring a related information. You can bring ideas as long as it is related to your topic.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason we called it coherence. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll suggest you do not say anything else that is not related to the topic. Make it a relation. If you want to say something, just relate
Mm-hmm.
to it.
Okay.
Okay, so take 1 minute time to think of it, then we are going to start speaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a test today, remember. Huh?
Oh my gosh.
And let me know when you're ready. Eh?
Okay.
So once again, I'm just explaining in IELTS exam what are the marking criteria. Number one, your fluency and
Mm-hmm.
coherence, 25%. Number two, lexical resources. Number three, wider range of grammar and accuracy. Number four, pronunciation. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the more main four criteria, and each of the criteria has 25%, 25%, 25%. So remember that when you're speaking, always be confident. It doesn't matter if you're making mistakes or not. Just you have to assume that it's a test, and the examiner is going to assess your, speaking as well as grammar. Okay, and sometimes I've noticed that some of the learners uh, become nervous, and don't be nervous, as I said many times. Do not be nervous under any situation. Speak, speak, and speak. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So these are the criteria. Remember, Voila is a good start is a very important factor when you're starting a topic. Try to use compound sentence rather than simple sentence. Like, I'm going to describe a book that I read last year. Rather than if you say, it is not until last year when my friend recommended me a book which is like a love story of William Shakespeare, for example, Romeo and Juliet. Wow, that is one of the amazing books of English literature. I never read William Shakespeare before, but this book made me like a splendid way to think how a love story can be written. Look,
Wow.
look, people explain in a different way because when you're talking about literature, now I've just
Uh-huh.
given an example from one of my students who started like this. This is really very good starting. And from the first sentence, the examiner will be able to understand how well you're going to do. And you
Mm-hmm.
know what? That person got 8 in speaking.
Wow. When you
S-
say the examples, I can understand all the sentences, but I think I cannot say like that one.
You can. Come on, be positive, Jenna. I said to you, when you're on a test and even in the real life, be positive always. It doesn't matter.
I
Once again, I said to you, it doesn't matter whatever you say, but be positive. And
hmm
if someone can do that, if I can do that, you can do it. Remember that we all are humans.
even though I can speak Korean, I think in Korean I cannot speak like that.
Really? No, no,
Yeah,
I don't believe that, Jana. Come on.
interesting way.
Yes,
I think I speak like that.
but
So,
do you use metaphor in your Korean language when you're speaking to someone else? Metaphor, metaphor is, sorry, metaphor is like giving examples with,
mhm.
like, look. What a beautiful day. It looks like we are in heaven. This is a metaphor, okay?
Yeah,
We
I
are in
think
heaven. Yeah? You understand
it's
this?
more than Korean, more metaphor in Korean.
Yeah, in every language there are metaphors. So just think that you're using the similar language in English. That's the only difference, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, are you ready now? Shall we
Okay,
start?
interesting way to start.
Do it. Don't worry. We are practicing. You have got 22 days more. My
Okay,
suggestion would be every day you practice at least 1 hour by yourself. Okay.
okay.
As long as you take any other lesson, that's fine. You go to the academic lesson, that's okay. But you do
Mm-hmm.
some studies by yourself because that is the only time and you can feel that how confident you are. And even if
Okay.
you're not confident, just say by yourself, yes, I'm going to do it. I have to do it and I must do it. Okay. Be positive always.
Okay. Whew. Shall I start or
Yeah. Yeah. Start it, please. That's fine.
okay? The last year, uh, the Thanksgiving Day in Korea, we in TV program shows the movies, series of movies, and I saw the Harry Potter in there. So I watched the movie very interesting, and my friend recommended me to read a book, so I read the Harry Potter, and this was so uh, fun to me because I already know the stories because I saw the movie, and even when I reading the book, I can imagine the stories of them. So I had so fun to read it. So I try to uh, memorize the sentences what I loved. So I wrote the sentences in my diary and I showed my friend I love that one, and she said it was so cool because I she recommended to me the book, and I read it and I loved it. She was so happy to hear that one. Is it okay?
No, Jana, only 1 minute 39 seconds. You need to speak a little bit more.
Okay, it feels like 1 hour.
If it were 1 hour, we wouldn't be here. Yeah, the classes would have finished long time ago. Uh, by the way, your topic is very interesting, Harry Potter, because someone has recommended me your friend. Now,
Uh-huh.
uh, so I'll suggest you, to add a little bit more because I need to talk at least 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, and do you know the who is the writer of Harry Potter?
Yes.
You should have mentioned it. Who's the writer? You see, it is the point number two, the writer's name.
I want to tell the writer who it is, but I lose the part when I have to talk about it.
Also,
So
that's great.
I
And
miss
go on.
I missed that one.
Okay. And also, if a topic like this, remember to add some reviews from the readers, whether it's a movie or a book, how and what people say. Okay.
Mhm.
And you can also say what kind of movie it is. It is like a fictional movie. Okay.
Mhm.
Or it's like a historic movie. Mhm.
Mhm.
And do you know how many books are there for Harry Potter?
Maybe nine
Nine.
or
Yes. Nine.
nine. Yeah.
Nine books. Okay. And also, it's better to mention the writer's name because it is important. Okay.
Mhm.
I think
Okay.
is it Rawlings? I think.
J.K.
Okay. And also you're starting some of the sentences are really amazing, that's really cool. And but this is important, when you're telling something from the past, remember to always use past tense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you have mixed it up sometimes, past and present, that's fine, but if you focus it next time, it will be better for you, that you know where you're focusing. So I'll suggest it today, when you
Okay.
finish this lesson, please listen to your part.
Mm-hmm.
You just move forward this video, it will be saved in my account, you can watch it. And also I have
Mm-hmm.
shared through my Facebook live as well as through my YouTube channel, you can watch it from there if you want to. And many of our learners do that. When they don't have the access in my
Okay.
account, they can go to the YouTube, and my YouTube channel is, as you know, English with Rahat Ali. It's saved there. Okay. And should have, honestly, what I was expecting, Janat, a little bit more. What did Harry Potter do? Like, he make all the magics, and you could have given a quotation.
Mm-hmm.
Wingardium Leviosa is one of the amazing chant. Yeah, it is related, as you can see. He made
Uh,
with the magic
uh,
wand. They call it wand. Yeah, magic wand. This word. Yeah, magic wand or
Magic wand.
magic wand. Yeah, or stick. You can say simplified English. And
Okay.
also you could have say like, who is the writer is from which country? He's an English writer. Yeah,
Oh.
and pure British accent you can hear from the movie. Like Harry Potter, you need to go there now.
Yeah.
They speak like this, yeah.
Hermione.
Okay, that is the
Okay.
feedback of you. Please, you have to talk a little bit more. And also, once again, please do not be nervous. Okay. So now another
Mm.
tip would be, even if you have missed 1 or 2 points, when you remember, come back and
Mm-hmm.
tell it as the part of a description. Oh, this by the way, you can say like this movie or the book was written or directed by
Ah,
this and this person.
yeah. I should use that one. By the way. Okay.
Okay, by the way, or in
Mm-hmm.
additionally, you use some of this expression when you
Mm.
forget something. By the way, in additionally, or may I
Mm-hmm.
mention it that, you see, may I mention it, I'm just saying, may I mention it means, it's though you use may as a permission, but here you are explaining something you have missed. Okay, or by the way,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
or additionally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, use some of these words. Okay, and these are adverbs and conjunctions as well. Okay, all right, so
Okay.
I'm going to give some other tips about your writing, as I was saying earlier. In written part and
Mm-hmm.
task 2, as you know, that you have to write 250 words in 40 minutes. And I will suggest most of the cases start with task 2 in written part in IELTS exam. Okay, so
Mm.
that you finish at least 250 words. Now there is a question very often a student asks, is it important to write 150 words or 250 words? Yes, please write at least 10% more if you want to. So in that case,
Okay.
150 words should be 165, 170. That's okay, acceptable. All right. And
Mm-hmm.
also for the task 2, write 275. That's okay, because sometimes you will feel that, oh, it is not really complete within this 250 words. I have to write a little bit more. Write it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you check your works, especially spellings. As I said, American and British spelling and the correct spellings, correct grammar
Mm-hmm.
structure. And that's why it is easier when you're using computer program. You can easily delete it and change
Mm-hmm.
it or edit it, and make sure you save it. Yeah, in computer there is a save
Mm-hmm.
option. Whatever you write, save it. But most of the computer has auto saving in every 1 minute, but still you need to save your work
Mm-hmm.
and check it. Then at the last
Okay.
last moment, the examiner will say, now submit it. Okay, then
Mm-hmm.
you submit it. All right. So
Okay.
do you have any problem in listening part in IELTS exam? Listening part, the first
I
part.
think I think I just mistake some of parts like 15 or 50.
Okay. Now, one greatest technique is, remember, 15 is a two syllable words. You know the syllable?
Syllables.
Yeah, syllables. Okay, syllable is the concept how a word is pronounced in breaking way, simplified way, like 50, single syllable,
Uh-huh.
15, 15, 15, see two.
Ah.
So it is double syllables. Remember,
Oh,
when any teen words like
mm-hmm.
13, 14, all the teen words are
Mm-hmm.
double syllables, whereas like 50,
Uh,
40 is single syllable. Okay,
ah. Mm-hmm.
okay, understood, clear?
Okay.
All right, so in order to differentiate one more time, someone who says, hey, 13,
Mm-hmm.
ticket number 13 is gate number 230. For example, in IELTS part in section 3, they describe, that is the most hardest part. You're listening to the description. You see the question paper.
Mm-hmm.
You take it the answer or write it as you listen to it. Like the ticket number for the say BA 747 has been asked to take 213 to 230. What did I say? So remember,
230.
go on.
And 20, 230.
Okay. Say for example, the for the passengers of BA 747 has been redirected from 213 to 230.
13 to 30,
Yes,
right?
you got it. See, it's very easy peasy. 213, you can say
Uh-huh.
teen to 30. E.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So this is the way you can differentiate when you're on the listening part, especially all the teens and T number.
Okay.
Okay. Any other listening
Okay.
skill problem?
Um, I think I always wrong with the two part, like two choose two of
Conversation.
them.
Which two?
Yeah, like one. Yeah, which two, and A B C D E like that, and I have to choose two
Huh.
of them. I always write the one.
Oh, yeah, you must choose the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the best option is when you're listening and you can see the question. Now
Uh-huh.
you tick it beside the question, which you think the most
Yeah.
possible correct answer. That at the end of the listening part, you'll get 10 minutes to transfer your answer from your question paper to answer sheet,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in that case, just transfer it. So when it is more than one answer, as you say, two answers, you always choose one. Now you got to be careful about that. You know that you have to choose two.
I and I always correct just one. I wrong with the other one.
So you're wrong with the second option. So okay.
Yeah, I think I miss that sentences, like like listening and I'm reading the sentences. So I think I miss the one.
Mhm. So focus on it. That will be my suggestion, and
Yeah.
try to sit for there are mock test. We call it sample test. There are many
Mm-hmm.
websites. Just sit for the some of the mock test or sample test, which will be better for
Okay.
you to have more idea about this listening part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, I,
Okay.
I'm sure you have set for the mock test in the meantime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how was your score?
Like 34 to 36
Very good.
out of 40. Like. Mhm.
Yeah, that is more than 8. Yeah, or 8
Really?
near about.
Wow.
Okay, would you like to go for another speaking task too?
Hmm. Okay.
Describe a holiday you took recently.
Ooh, holiday.
This is one of the topics
Holiday.
that came, last year or year before.
Wow.
So let me give you some hints, yeah, Jenna, when you're explaining. Where did you go? Is it nationally or outside of your country? And remember, you can use
Mm-hmm.
the mode of transportation. If it is within the country, you can use by taxi or by your own car or train or public transport. If it is international holiday, you can use the flight. How was the flight journey? With whom did you go?
Mm.
Did you go by yourself, friends, family, and where? As I said, local,
Mm-hmm.
internationally. And how was your journey experience?
Mm-hmm.
Some people say, "Oh, it was boring. I felt slave," or "It was entertaining. I watched movies," or "It was exciting because there is some
Mm-hmm.
amazing food on the flight." Journey experience.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said that, "Oh, the toilet was dirty on that plane." Sorry, I'm just saying.
Oh.
Okay. So, then another reason, why did you go there? To have time pass or quality time, or maybe honeymoon if you're married, or maybe to meet someone else, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
And also you can describe the country where you visited, the food, as again, culture, heritage, weather, environment,
Mm-hmm.
or any other related
Mm-hmm.
information.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's crack on it. Take 1 minute times. This time, Jana, I want you are going to give best answer.
Okay, I will try.
And remember that, try to speak naturally, your own way, one speed, not too fast, not too slow, and loudly and clearly make, you know, complete sentences, please. Yeah. If possible, compound sentences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
By the way, what's your time there now, Jenna? I forgot your time. Is it 4 o'clock nearly?
Four, yeah, 4:50, so nearly five.
Okay, we've got 10 minutes more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dear viewers, we are having another test with Jenna, an IELTS candidate from Korea. Let's see how she does in the next test. We wish her best of luck.
Okay, shall I start?
Sure.
Okay. In 2017 summer, I finished my university, so I went Canada and USA. Uh, First, I went to Canada with my friend to just for a trip, and I uh, went there for just a week. So it was so fun time, but it was so short time to enjoy enough. I enjoy it. And after that, I moved to the state by bus. It took like almost to 14 hours by bus. I slept there and I uh, went to state by bus. it was so hard, but it was so amazing new experience I ever had. And then I met my cousin in state. Uh, I I went the Washington D.C. for meet my uncle and his family, and I met them like uh what oh, I lost it. No, um, I went there for like 3 weeks, so I got amazing experience with my family. Uh, is it
Add something
two
more.
minutes or one?
No, not yet 2 minutes. No.
Okay. Um. Mm,
Describe the
I
food, weather.
okay. I ate the rasta my first time in there in the New York City, and it was so amazing cuisine. So I ate lobster in Korea, but it didn't like that. So I missed that lobster. And I tried to go to go to see the musical in New York City, but I can't have the ticket, so I didn't show that one. I
Hmm.
think it's done.
Yeah, that's fine now. And when you're ending, just give a hint to the your conversation, like, oh, it was really an overall very good experience. Now you have concluded your speaking. The reason for us ask pressing
Okay.
you to speak more, that it will help you develop your confidence and more fluency. Yeah, you did well this time. You spoke 3 minutes and 17 seconds. You see, that's really pretty cool. Though you stopped in two places, remember that you shouldn't stop more than 4 seconds. You stopped in two places in 4 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you have given some of the expressions in a very good way. Like you went to Canada and you went to America after that, and it took 14 hours. Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
really pretty cool. One question on those buses: is there any toilet for the passengers? Which is air conditioned bus?
Toilet? What?
Inside the bus, was
Uh, yeah,
yeah. I know in most of the
that was
go on.
it was just bus for 2 stories, and it doesn't have the bed or something. It just have the
Normal
seats.
seat. Normal seat. Okay.
Mhm.
So inside the bus,
I just
was there any toilet? That's my question.
yeah,
There's toilet.
toilet.
Okay. Great. And most of the in Western countries, as you know, many countries, not only Western countries, when it's a bus from one city to another city, long journey, there should be a toilet
Mm-hmm.
built up inside the bus for the safety of the passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, your explanation is better than the previous one now. Yeah, I'm happy for that. That's my first thing. And it's spoken more than 3 minutes. Though you are confused sometimes go
Okay.
and went, but you literally picked up. It should be always went, not go. Okay, as past tense. Remember one,
Okay.
surprising matter and important matter for not only for all of the people who are listening to us. When you're describing anything from the past, use always past tense. Okay,
Okay.
and you have explained some other things that you went to meet your auntie. I have written an
Mm-hmm.
expression. Is wrote for meet. Remember, if you ever use this preposition for, after that we must use verb with ing for meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
or you can say to meet. If you use to, then meet. We call it infinity. This is.
Mm,
So I went there for meeting my
okay.
aunt or my cousin, and you describe the
Mm-hmm.
food. That is really amazing. I was asking to describe a food. Remember, when you're describing a new country, always describe a food, one food at least. Lobster. You said, I like lobster. It was amazing taste than Korean lobster. You said you have compared two things, which is amazing. Remember, when you're giving a cultural explanation, always compare so that your examiner can understand that you have got the ability to compare something from your country to another country.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter good or bad, but you're comparing. That means you have got the power to analyze anything. This is another important thing. When you have got the analysis power in speaking, that means it helps you when you're in a meeting, like you're a big boss. Now you have got a meeting. You need to
Mm-hmm.
talk with a fellow people like other managers, executives, CEOs. And that is important when you're analyzing. Like that's why, in task one, written part in IELTS, you're analyzing from the graph
Mm-hmm.
only. You're making 150 words, see, out of nothing. Only the graph and some data.
Mm-hmm.
See, that is your creativity. Remember that. And same creativity is applicable for speaking. And as you know, you have got only 15 minutes to finish the whole speaking task. You have to give your best, very best. Okay.
Okay.
And also get the required score. As you said, your target is getting 7. It's very good. I hope and wish that you get 7. But practice a little bit more at home in your own time.
Okay.
No worries. And if you need any help and support, you can message me in the subscriber chat. Okay, which
Okay.
many students send me messages even privately when they are not comfortable in subscriber chat. I said that's fine, and I answered them, especially grammar, vocabs, grammatical structure, corrections, common mistakes. Okay.
So can I send uh the writing?
Yes, I'm going to send my email address in the subscriber chat, but make sure you write
Okay.
in Word format, okay? Not PDF.
Okay.
If you write in Word format,
Uh-huh.
it is easier for me to edit and send you back.
Yeah.
Okay, Microsoft Word or
Okay.
Office, Microsoft Office.
Mm-hmm.
Any other question? We have got still 1 minute and 23 seconds. Now 22. Any other question, Jenna?
Mm, not really. How's you?
No, I'm okay. Thanks for coming back. I got the notification yesterday that you subscribed again. I believe that you liked my lessons, so welcome back. And remember that as long as you learn something and you try to apply,
Mm-hmm.
writing and speaking, that would be your hard work. That will be my instruction that will help you to apply it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
This is the amazing
Okay.
part of learning, that we learn something, but if you don't apply it, you're going to forget. Okay. I want
Yeah.
you, whatever you learn from me or anyone, just apply it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I hope to see you tomorrow same time. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. And send me
Thank
your, I'm going to
you.
send my email address later when I finish.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a great day.
You too. So, dear viewers, that's going to be the end of this lesson. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you when I see you. You take care and bye.